Watch. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent today would not rule out a recession. He also downplayed stock market turmoil as a sell-off has taken the S&P 500 into correction. The benchmark index is down more than 10% from its February 19th record high. Still, some Americans are feeling squeezed, defaulting on car loans at a record. Americans are feeling squeezed, defaulting on car loans at a record level. CBS's Andres Gutierrez in Los Angeles reports.
How much are you paying each month?
$930.
Troubling times on the American road. 2 years ago, Alejandra Graciola bought her EV for $60,000. Is that pretty high for you? I mean, does it break your budget?
It is.
Graciola is on a loan. In 2024, more than 4% of auto loan holders had car payments of $1,000 or more. That's up from 1% in 2020.
And almost $1,000 for a car is just, and it's a little crazy, but
driving up prices, a double whammy of rising vehicle costs and higher finance costs to buy them.
If we look at the average price people are paying for a new vehicle, it's north of $47,000. On used, it's $25,000.
With the economy showing signs of stress, Jessica Caldwell of Edmond says borrowers are feeling the pinch.
So people that are kind of in the middle of their loan, they may be hitting the point where cost of living has gotten to them and they can no longer make these payments.
And that's happening at a record level. 6.6% of vehicle owners with subprime loans were at least 60 days past due on payments. Those loans coming with higher interest rates for buyers with limited income or credit scores. To make ends meet, more Americans are opting for longer repayment plans. In 2024, a record 66% of new cars were financed for 72 months or longer.
People that on average are underwater, over $6,000 on their car loan, and they're rolling that into their next vehicle loan. And once that happens, it becomes a real hard cycle to get out of.
Another speed bump, surging rates for insurance and repairs, while tariffs threaten to add more sticker shock. The price of North American-made vehicles estimated to jump $2,000 to $12,000.
I wanted my car, I got it in. Now I'm stuck with it.
For Alejandra Graciola, not having a car is not an option, despite the cost.
I mean, we gotta do what we gotta do now,
The cost? To keep on rolling. Andres Gutierrez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
I'm not going to struggle my entire life.
I'm just really tired of not being able to do the things that I want.
Prices on everything are up, from food, gas, rent. Instead of $60 to fill up your gas tank, it's $140. Instead of 99 cents for eggs, it's fucking $3. Rent's going from $3,000 to $5,000. All that shit adds up, and wages aren't going up fast enough.
Wages have gone nowhere.
What's up, YouTube? Another day, another video. So let's jump right into it. Subscribe and like for more. If you're feeling the video, I'll leave my thoughts at the end.
Hi, yeah, good morning. Just checking in. My millennial families, especially the ones with kids, are you okay? Are you okay? You're not okay. I know you're not okay because I'm about to do a 3-minute rant, okay? Bear with me on this one. We're drowning. We're drowning. We're never going to make it. This generation is never going to make it, okay? I just watched 5 TikToks in a row. I swear to you, 5 TikToks about how our country is in the greatest depression it's ever been in, and they're calling it the silent depression because we are all just silently drowning. Okay? Let me give you some examples. I'm going to be real transparent here, okay? When I first moved out, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. $850 a month, utilities included. Fast forward to now, I have 4 kids of my own and a bonus son. We have 5 kids altogether. When we started applying for apartments, most wanted you to pay $300, $400, $500 to even apply for the apartment, to reject you and then tell you, we don't give you that money back. Awesome. So then we did find somewhere that approved us. Okay, 2nd floor of a house, no central air. We had to buy 4 AC units when we moved in here. Okay, 2 bedrooms and a loft. Some places wouldn't even rent to us because they said you have too many kids and you need a bigger space. We can't afford a bigger space, okay? We pay $1,600 a month. Again, 2nd floor of a house, no central air, 2 bedrooms and a loft. $1,600. Groceries, food, a basic human need. I get $569 a month in food stamps. Very grateful for that. It's a huge help. But I still have to go to 2 food pantries a week to be able to feed my family. Not to mention, I didn't even get them this month because I did everything I was supposed to for my recertification. They messed up on their end. I didn't get them. So now it's the waiting game. You get them back when we figure it out. That's what I was told at social services the other day. So we decided to go to Dollar General right down the street, the dollar store. Get us some necessities, get us through until we get my food stamps back. 5 bags of groceries, $110. The only meat I got was 1 roll of ground beef. Childcare. I'm getting ready to go back to work. Why? Because we're never going to make it if I don't. But almost 3/4 of my income is going to go to childcare. I have a 4-month-old baby. I can't be a stay-at-home mom anymore. It's impossible. It is impossible to be a stay-at-home mom in this economy. They told us to get educated. I have an associate's degree. I just applied to go back and get my bachelor's. Credit hours are over $300 now. That's triple what I paid for my associates. We are never going to be able to buy a house in this economy. The American dream that we lived with our parents that had one parent working, mom stayed home, they had multiple vehicles, 4-wheelers, we went on vacations, all that, that's gone. They were the wealthiest middle-class generation that probably this country's ever seen. They climbed up the ladder.
Let's talk about how ridiculous it is to try and survive and live in the United States right now currently. Based on inflation, this home that you could buy for $1,785 in 1929, this home came with everything you needed to build a house. Plumbing, electric, wiring, trim, paint, everything. You had to build it, but it was $1,785. That's a 4-bedroom, 1-bath home. That home, based on inflation, should be $30,769.47. According to money.cnn.com, the average 4-bedroom home in the United States right now costs $363,401, or 11.8 times the inflation rate. So, how did that happen, right? Inflation says that house should be 31 grand. Anyway, let's look at some statistics in the United States right now, kind of associated with 31 grand. The average compact car right now costs $26,000, so you could buy that. Mid-size car, 32 grand. Too much. Couldn't afford that, right? That house should be cheaper than a mid-size car. Student loans, $37,338, also more. Food to feed a family of 4, $12,565, or about 2 years of food costs for a family of 4 is what that house should cost. Average child care expense, $14,760, and that's for 1 child. So if we multiply that by 2 for 2 children, it should cost you about 1 year of child care to buy that house. Here's a crazy one: taxes to take care of a homeless individual. $30,000 to $50,000 a year today is what it costs to house a homeless individual in the United States. But based on math and based on the government's own calculation to calculate inflation, that 4-bedroom, 1-bath house should cost $30,000.
What's going on, mi gente? Let me show you something. For those of you who do not know, I am married to a Filipino woman. Quite frankly, she is probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me personally. Anyway, I'm here on vacation in the Philippines, where we are visiting at the moment one of my wife's cousins, and this is his place. Let me show you around. This is their outside area where they get to spend most of the day. They have dogs, they have chickens, they have roosters, which, by the way, they get to wake you up every morning. This is where they do their dishes. That's my little boy Dominic. Say hi. Hi. These are my twins, Michael and Gabriel. Say hi. Hi, Daddy. They're right now eating outside some ramens that they just prepared here in the outside kitchen. Let me show you the rest of the property. Here we see the bigger property where we have 3 to 4 families who are all relatives, and they share the big home and make it into their own individual little homes. This right here is the inside of their little place. This is the entire home where they live. They live in. A couple responses might come to mind. The first response will be how blessed we are that we get to live in America, where most of us don't get to live under these conditions, right? On the other hand, the alternative response, which I believe will come from the very, very minority of Americans, could also be how lucky these people are that they don't get to live under our way of life. And why am I bringing the alternative response to you? Because the truth is, mi gente, that although these people might seem to live in conditions that none of us, or at least most of us, couldn't ever begin to fathom, the reality is that most of these people are pretty happy. And the reason most of them are pretty happy is twofold. First of all, because they don't know any other way of life. And secondly, because they don't have to worry about most of the shit that we do have to worry in the US. For once, most of these people don't have any debt to worry about. And secondly, they don't have the same ever-quenching desire to have more and more and more like most Americans do. Thereby, they actually get to focus on the simplest and yet most important things of life. Things such as family life, being together all the time, going out to work a little bit, get some money, bring some food, have some food on the table as a family. They don't have to worry about appearances like we do. And for that matter, they only get to focus on human relationships, which is actually the entire purpose of us being living on this earth. Although we might think that we are in better positions than these people are, the truth is that we could learn a lot from them. Perspective, mi gente. Something that most of us Americans are actually lacking in the US because all the material shit that we get to worry about is actually stealing it from us. Anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit of my personal life with you. Stay woke, mi gente.
Alright, and that's the video. These videos honestly get harder and harder to watch